This is gonna be my first video for July, but this is for the youth. This video is particularly for the youth. I say 25 and under, but basically for you guys who coming out of high school, 17, 18, you ain't going to college, you don't know what you're doing, you still living at home with your mom or whatever you doing. I want you to go to the military. I want you to go to the military because at 18, 19, I wish I did go to the military, but I didn't. And right now, it'll be benefiting. It ain't no, you say, oh, something could happen to me. Something gonna happen to you in these streets, so stay out of it. But let's listen to this guy right here. I ain't trying to steal his content, and I hope he don't flag me, but let's see.
The channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Jake and I'm currently serving on active duty. I'm a captain in the Air Force stationed at Minot Air Force.
He active duty, so that means he actively working. So that means he getting paid in the shade. He's somewhere in the world, wherever he just said he was. So hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Space. And in this video, we're going to talk about the 10 best financial benefits to serving on active duty in the military.
And that's what I'm trying to tell him, especially like you 17 and 18. So you ain't lived no life yet. You might be still at home with your mom or somebody paying all the bills. You ain't even been out the hood or you ain't even been out your city. Not on your own. You might have been on a family trip with your parents, but you ain't have to deal with Bill yet. One day you're gonna meet this guy. His name Bill, right? And when you meet Bill, he don't never stop coming. Bill, he gonna come all the time. He love you. He love you. You go once you get past 18 and get out here on your own, Bill, he gonna be there. You'll get to like Bill. You might not like him, but he gonna come every month. Comes in all kind of formats, whatever you want to call him. But Bill, he gonna come. Now you gotta pay for Bill, and if you don't pay, some of them luxuries you got, you're not gonna be able to pay for it. So you have to manage your money. And I go into some things, leave some comments for me, so I can elaborate on some of the videos I'm posting. I appreciate it. Thanks.
First thing I want to say is that it's okay for money and for your finances to be your priority when you decide to join the military. If you're currently thinking about joining or speaking with a recruiter, this is part of their sales pitch. They're trying to...
Yeah, and I remember they came to my school, and I was gonna join too. I was gonna join. The Marine came, but he tried to play me like, "Oh, you a punk." But I didn't want to be tough. I didn't want to be tough. I just wanted money. But if I knew what I knew now, I would have joined the Air Force, and I would have still made money. And I would have went to the military, probably went around the world, everything. No, I stayed in the hood, and I didn't do anything. I done had some jobs and everything, but watch some of the benefits he explained. I'm gonna tell you how you can use them through life, especially if you're under 25, 18 to 25.
sell you on the idea of joining the military and explaining the benefits. There should be good benefits, and it's okay that that's a motivator. Yes, you should be a patriot. Yes, you should want to serve your country. But 100% honesty here, I joined the military at age 32 because I wanted to get a master's degree and I didn't want to pay for it. I wanted to get the GI Bill and...
See how smart he was? But he was 32. He was late. I tried to join when I was 36. And they was like, you too late. Plus, I had built up some stuff on my record. They was like, we couldn't let you in anyway. But I could have, before I got the record, I could have went in there. That's why I say it's good when you young. If you 18 and you don't know what to do, 17, you graduate high school, you don't know what to do, if you don't know want to go to college, whatever, you gonna go to college, you don't got the money, whatever, just go there. You don't want to do 4 years. 4 years ain't nothing. You go there, you come back. The same dude you seen you singing on the corner last year, he gonna be still there talking about the same thing he was. But in the meantime, you went somewhere, met some different people from all over the United States. You probably travel the world a little bit and make money. And it's gonna be people that's older than you to mentor you about life, not about the hood life, not about the pen life, about life where you could be, hey, you can make a good career in the military. You don't have to stay there forever. You don't have to stay there, and it looks good. If you ever filled out a job application, they're always gonna say, "I don't care. Hey, Did you have? Are you a veteran? That's what. If you was in the military for 4 years, you're a veteran. That's all you need. That's gonna give you preferential treatment on the job. So now, what does preferential mean? That means they prefer you over somebody who don't have it. But while you in there for them 4 years, they got all kind of programs, trades where you get certificates, everything, and you getting paid while you there. Like some, I'm going to Job Corps. Just go to the real Corps, the United States Army. As long as they're gonna give you some rules and regulations. But I know all the people don't abide by 'em. But even I know people who only went a couple years and they got out. Now they're in their 50s, they still get some benefits from it. I didn't go to nothing, so I don't get nothing. All I'm doing is just working out here, and this could save you.
and earn a master's degree for free. Now, yes, of course, joining the military
Look what they say. You gonna earn a master's degree for free because they don't have a benefit program there where they pay for your college. They're gonna pay for it as long as you stay in there and do what they tell you. They're gonna have some requirements now. Though that's just gonna be when you get past 18. It's gonna be requirements of life. The first requirement is gonna be bill. So when you meet, like I say, that's what the dude. You see how the guy he's standing with his hand. He's saying, when you start have to pay bill, but once you up under in the military, you living in the barracks and all that, they gonna handle bill for you just like your mama and daddy, and they gonna let you go play some time on the off time, and the rest of the time you under their wing. They gonna be basically like your parents, but you free. You ain't in the or like a lot of these young people I see y'all going to jail and getting the same thing where you could be out here getting paid and getting all the other benefits instead of being around a bunch of men and your crimes is only nickel and dimes.
is something I always considered, but full honesty, if the benefits weren't so good, I probably wouldn't have joined. Now, before we can talk about the benefits, let's talk about your
And see, he said he joined when he was 32. And I was like 36 trying to join because that's how good the benefits was. Because my brother, he went into the reserves because you can go in the reserves. You don't have to go in there full time, go in the reserve. And he was getting paid. He only had to do some weekend warrior. And he did the 20 years, and now he got a retirement package. He wasn't out there like in the movies, like in our time in the 20th century. When the Vietnam thing, everybody thought they was gonna be drafted and all that to the Iraq, but most people they came back. Now, some people did die. Now, let's not say that, but hey, if you gonna run the streets, you might die anyway, and you ain't gonna get nothing except all the homies love you. Man, forget that. I, Anybody want to make a video about the homies and all that, I'll make one of them too. Let me continue.
base pay. So obviously, the longer you serve, the more you make. If you're an officer, you make more. And in this video, I want to focus in on an E.
Now, see, I didn't see this part. See, they got the pay grades. That's why I think E5. My brother's like an E5. But see, if you live at home and you an E5, you live with your parent. I mean, you live on the base and you an E5. All the other stuff they're paying for your housing, they're paying for the food. I mean, they got their food. You know what I'm saying? They got their food. They got all kind of activities and stuff, and you could make way more than that, and you be in school or learning the trade at the same time. You could be an E1, but and that's how much you'll be making. To say if you making right now, you might if you under 18, 17. Some of y'all ain't making nothing, and then look at that. You could be making $1,700 a month. You're not paying no rent. You know what I'm saying? They paying for it. The government paying the extra stuff. But let's see what he say.
5 with 6 years experience. Most people who join the military are enlisted, and most people only serve one enlistment, either a 4-year or a 6-year enlistment. But for the
You hear that? That's what I was saying. You don't have to stay there. You could do 4 years. You could be 18, 17, 18. Come on out. Do 4 years. You only gonna be 21. You, especially when you coming out your parents' house. You ain't been nowhere. You ain't did nothing. But if you there for 4 years, they gonna take you around wherever they say you to go. Just go and learn from some older people. And by the time you get 50, you'll remember like, man, I'm glad I listened to 50 plus. He told me something. You know, I had people tell me things, but I I I got a whole lot of excuses. But once you get so old, you still living, them excuses mean nothing. As a man, you got to deal with it. You got to stand on your own. But I'm trying to make it easy for all the young people out here. I'm trying to make it easy. But let's see what they say. E5 with 6 years, his base pay is $3,000, and that's a month. But he could be living on the base, and then his annual salary is $37,000 a year. So if you come out at 18 and you do 6 years, you still 24. You got probably about in 4 years, you either got a degree, you got a couple trades. They got see them holding up the certificate. They got different trades and everything. They gonna teach you whatever you want, and they got all the programs in there. But you getting paid. You ain't got to be at mama house. There's women in there too. Don't get me wrong. And all the guys after the women too. Now, I wasn't in the military, but I heard stories. But anyway, hey, I like a cute military woman. I just don't like no manly woman because I just like the haircuts. Not that haircut she got now. Come on.
Purposes of this video, I want to focus on an E5 serving for 6 years. An E5 in the Air Force is a staff sergeant, in the Army it's a sergeant, and in the Navy
The Air Force is where you want to go. I met one of the guys who was in the Pearl Harbor. It was an old guy. So he was there, and my nephew, he went into the military. He was trying to encourage my nephew to go into the Air Force, but he didn't go. He went into the Army, which was a mistake because dude was like, I even get you some rank and everything, but he wouldn't trade up. But I'll tell you a story about a lot of the vets I met from the Air Force, and that's why I think the Air Force is the better way to go for long term.
Navy, I think it's a petty officer, second class. Their base salary is $3,095 a month. Multiply that by 12, your annual salary is about $37,000. Of course, that's not the whole picture because people in the military, they of course get a housing allowance and a food allowance, BAH and BAS. Now the
That means you could live somewhere for free. The military paying for that. Let's see if I'm right.
national average for the E5 dependent rate is 1,833. For the food allowance, it is 373. Add those together, multiply by 12, add in your base pay. For an E5 with 6 years, your yearly compensation, your true salary, is $63,612 a year.
So you could be 24. They paying for your house and they paying for your food, but they giving you that to do how you want. But look, this the money. This your pocket money right here. The 3,000 a month, and this your pocket money. This paying for your housing. Right now, your mama paying for your house or whoever it is paying for your house, and this your food. Now you could use some of this money to get some extra food, or you could eat on the base for free.
Now, if you were to enlist at age 20, and by the age of 26, you're making $63,000 a year, that's pretty good. When I was 26, I had about $40,000 in debt, a college degree, and I was not making $63,000 a year.
And I'm not trying to diss this guy now, but I'm just trying to tell young people this is very beneficial. That's why people come get here. They can get that. Look, you making a job. You 18, and like I told you, 24. You making 63,000. Show me somebody in your hood making that. The one that hanging outside. I ain't talking about illegal. I'm talking about on the legit land. You know, if you getting $1,800 a month for a house, you save a little chip of that. You could buy you a house, and they'll be paying for that. They'll be paying for your living, and they got programs so you can get a house. Let's see what they say.
So I feel like this yearly salary is pretty decent. For the purpose
Just listen to this made me sad. Like, dang, my dumb ass. I should have went on to the military when I was 18. How good I'll be living. Well, I ain't living good now. That's what I'm trying to tell you, young people. Don't make the same mistake. Don't be a hard head. If you want to be a hard head and say, I'm going to go. just to prove that it ain't gonna work. Go down there and prove me that it ain't gonna work. And if you sign up and you go, leave a comment. I don't know what year you gonna see it or when you see it. Do it, please.
Purposes of this video, we're going to standardize all of my calculations, assuming that a person only serves
Oh, I never saw this video before, but look, he got some little stats. I ain't trying to steal his content, nothing. I'm just trying to say for like little young people out here, everybody want to be a rapper. At the end of this, they gonna make more than the rapper without the risk. He said, because he said listed age 20. I'm saying if you get in there 17, 18, right when you come out of high school, don't wait to no 20. Don't wait to no 20. Don't hesitate. Just go ahead and go. Especially if you're just living at home with moms and all that. You ain't gonna go to even if you're going to college, just go there. They pay for college. You don't got no money for college, go there. Unless you that super A student with all the scholarships rolling. If you're not, you don't know what you want to do. Go on down there and just sign up. If you want me to come down there and help you, and sign up, hey, I'm telling you, listen, but listen what he said. This is gonna make your life easier. In the beginning, you ain't gonna see it, but you'll see it in the long term. Watch.
served 6 years on active duty. So if you're guard or reserve, I'm sorry, your numbers are going to be completely different. You enlisted at age 20, you separated at age 26, and you lived to be age 85. So how long you live is going to be part of the calculations. Before I start listing, if you want to pause the video and maybe play along at home, guess what do you think are the 10 best financial benefits? We're going to start with number 10 being the 10th best financial benefit, and then we'll
And to you young people out here who running the street, you gonna live. Now that's the part you gonna live. You might end up if you hard headed, you might end up behind the wall. If you try to go too quick, you're gonna end up behind the wall. Or you could just do this. It's to me, it's the easy way. And I ain't trying to diss my homie. You know what I'm saying? But he did join till he was like 26, and he don't know nothing right now. He get $5,000 a month. He got a nice house, car, everything, and he's still the same fool he was then. And me, I'm still doing it, hustling hard for nothing, and I could have got in. But no, I messed around in the street, and then by the time I messed around and I tried to get in there, I couldn't. That's why I said if you 17 or 18, you can get in, just go on sign up. Don't worry about your homies out there who kicking it. Your real homies will contact you and stay in contact. And when you come back 4 years later, they'll be still there on the same spot, still with their mama, no money, no car, and doing the same thing they was doing, whichever one. And you'll be advancing because time gonna go forward regardless if you go to school or don't. Time always go forward. When you wake up and it's a new day, time went forward. It don't matter if you don't do nothing. You could lay on the couch all day or talk a bunch of BS. It don't matter. But this is dedicated to the 18, 17 and 18s and people under 25. Don't waste your time.
work our way up all the way to number 1. Number 10, I would say, is the SCRA MLA protections. This stands for Service Members Civil Relief Act and the Military Lending Act. These are two pieces of legislation passed by the government basically to protect service members from predatory lending practices from banks. The biggest protection people need to know is that any debt that they acquire prior to joining the service, the APR on that debt has to be reduced to 6% once they join the military.
Wow. If you even got that. But see, at 17 and 18, you shouldn't have no debt. And if you pay attention to what he's saying, they teaching that. They teaching, they gonna give you education on life too. But it's gonna be an education to make your life easy. By the time if you stay in there till you 40, if you stay in there 20 years, by the time you 40, you should be retired and getting you a check if you go in at 17 or 18. And everything you have should be paid off. If you got a family, they should be decent or however you want to do it. If you're on the street and you 40 and you just got, oh man, I know, woo, you don't got nothing. You don't got nothing. But let him continue. And I'm not trying to steal this guy thing, so I know YouTube probably flagged me. But I was trying to find something because I was like, man, I wish I would went to the military. You know, Because look, when I hear that, I'd be like, dang, if I was at 17 or 18 and I was just joined that and knew what I know now, even though I had a chance to join and I didn't, if I knew what I knew now, shoot, man, I'd be on easy street. I'm a hard, I'm on a concrete walking.
Any debt you accumulate after you've joined, that's your responsibility. But if you had a car loan or credit card debt or student loans and the APR was above 6%, just by joining the military, they are legally required to reduce it to 6%. There are
So before you go, hey, if you go get that fancy, your favorite car, if you're a car person, you want that favorite car, let them get the high interest rate and they gonna join in to get this knock on down. You good. You still gotta pay for it. It don't matter, but they already told you how much you're gonna be making. They gonna provide you with the house, and so you don't gotta worry about the car.
numerous other protections like getting out of phone contracts or car leases or apartment leases. If you have any questions about the SCRA or MLA, go speak to the JAG on your base. Most base legal offices have walk-in legal hours, so definitely go to them for help.
You can go to them, but it don't matter. You can go anywhere in the world, use them, but and you find a lawyer, it don't matter. But you in. And, then it's like a fraternity, gang, whatever. You in the gang now. Whichever branch you choose or whatever, they got different cliques and all that stuff in there. It's the same thing. But you in the United States gang. So when you go to other countries, either they respect and love you or they don't. But it's if you 18, 17, you out here running the street, you don't know what to do, go here.
Help. However, the thing that people serving on active duty are most familiar with the SCRA MLA protections is credit cards. I've made probably close to 100 videos on my channel talking about credit cards. I have 17 credit cards. But don't worry, I don't ever carry over a balance, I don't pay any annual fees, and I never have paid interest to a bank.
Now, what he just explained, when you do get credit cards, if you're 17 or 18, under 25, even if you off, don't carry over balances. Pay it off immediately. No. It's the only reason you will be over carrying the balance if you're doing some business stuff. But anything else is a zero. Anything else is a zero. And I learned that over time, but still. But he said once they know you getting that constant money in, they'll give you money. Just like when I worked in the railroad, when I go into a place, they just smell money. How many years you been working there? They know how much I make. They gonna give me whatever I want.
From my credit card collection, I made about $8,000 last year. You can watch my video to understand exactly how I do it. For service members, I recommend these 6 basic cards. If you
Now I don't know which cards to get, but it is ways to make money out of credit cards and good credit and stuff. But I'm just showing this video for like young people. Under 25, preferably coming straight out of high school. You don't know what you want to do. You tired of mom or daddy or whatever. You want to do something, go on to the military. And like people say, don't punk out. That's the only thing. Don't punk out and go there. They're gonna pay for your house. They're gonna get on your nerves. They're gonna do all that, but they're gonna give you the understanding of being an adult on how to deal with Bill. They might give you some understanding on how to deal with Bill. But let them continue. And I'm going to be quiet for a minute.
you were to use this 6-card setup, you would save or receive in benefits about $2,000 a year. You definitely can go crazy with this hobby and get way more than 6 cards, but if you stuck to a 6 basic card setup, you could get about $2,000.
And remember, they don't lay off. You're going to be working. You're going to be there. That salary you getting paid, they got some kind of job you doing. But when you first coming in, they got to go. They're going to have you going to get some education, but it's going to be something you're going to be doing inside the military, which is privy to them, not to me, because I'm not military.
Worth of value a year. You served for 6 years. The value I'd estimate is about $12,000.
Hey, this time of year we all keep getting pinged with political fundraising asks. But here's the thing. Giving 5 or
with the VA, like the VA loan. Yes, if you become disabled while you serve, you can receive disability for the rest of your life. Let's assume, though, you serve 6
But see, they got particular loans, just VA. They gonna give you a discount. Veterans get discounts on different things. I'm not a veteran, but they got different, all kind of stuff. Stuff sometimes they don't even take, but it's available for them. But watch, he gonna break it down for you. Let's see what he say. And everything I hear break my heart because I was like, I could be in that good that. I just get the regular fill out.
6 years and you don't end up disabled. So we're not going to factor that in. The VA does have other general services like insurance and education programs. We're going to talk about the GI Bill separately. But the biggest benefit to the VA is the VA loan. And when you think about what is the benefit of the VA loan, it allows service members to buy a house with no money down. No money down means you don't
So by the time they say if you do, he was saying 6 years. So you go in there, let's say 18, you do 6 years, 24. You could buy a house with no, you don't need no money down. You already been eating free. You already got your car. Now you can get you a house down. No money down. Well, that, I mean, they gonna give you the house. The only thing is you got to keep up the payment. Now you can turn it to a rental. These days they got Airbnb. They got all kind of things you could do with it. But let's hear what he say.
don't have to wait several years to save up for a down payment on your first home. You're not wasting time and wasting money renting, meaning you're building home equity sooner and faster. How much would I estimate this is worth? Well, I'm just going to say it's worth.
And I think back now to that time, if I done went in there at 18, at 24, same program was there when I was there. And I could have got me a house. And I could have, but I didn't. So I say this to young people, so don't fail like me. Don't make your life hard. Make it easy. Make your life easy. So when you in your 30s, it's easier. Don't make it harder because you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose if you if you go against the grind, you're gonna lose. A lot of these guys, you hear them, they older than me, they come out and now they finally got their sense together, but they already lost. They just trying to live out their last days and make the best of it. That's what I'm doing.
Worth about $18,000. And that's only if you use the VA loan benefit once. If you convert your VA loan to a conventional loan or pay it off, you actually can reuse the VA loan several times. So
Soy celoso que no.
we'll just be conservative and I'll value this at around $18,000. Number 8 is huge tax savings. I think a lot of service members don't understand how much we save in taxes, but we don't pay FICA taxes or federal income tax on our BAH or BAS. We don't pay sales tax on base at the gas station, the commissary, and the base exchange. Also, if you
Yeah, they don't pay for anything that's related with the military. So all that housing and all that, you ain't getting no even tax on that. That's straight money. That's straight money. If you 18 and you at home right now, you working at McDonald's and you making whatever a week, shoot, and they gonna give you all the benefits, all the schooling, anything you want. They got it in there. They have it inside of there, but you have to. It's basically like you got to join their gang. Like you go, yeah, you want to join the C, the B, or whatever neighborhood clique or whatever. If you join them, they showing you what they got. They showing you what they got. They gonna give it to you just because you was born here. All you got to do is join up, you know. But no, you too stupid. You too stupid. I think a lot of y'all young people now these days, y'all too stupid. I was stupid, but now I'm paying. I regret it because I was like, shoot, I could have just went on here and took that and enjoyed some of that. They doing that because if it's a war and if something gonna happen to you, but we ain't been in war in years. Not no real one. Not no world war.
ever get stationed in a state like Texas or Florida, Wyoming, Nevada that doesn't have state income tax, switch your domicile, your state of legal residence, to that state, you then never have to pay state income tax for the rest of your time in service. I think
You could do that on the street.
most people who are enlisted between the ages of 20 and 26, they're probably going to fall in the 12% marginal tax.
They say 20 and 26. So I say 25. I say get in there 17 to 18. Get in there 17 to 18 if you don't know what you want to do. Because by 25 and 26, now you matured. You ain't never been outside on your own like that. Start paying bills by, 25 and 26, young man and woman. You start kind of knowing the person you want to be. So you got more understanding of life because now you finally got out the nest. Like they said, they keep the bird out the nest. If you still at home in the nest and you 25, 26 and all this other BS, go ahead, get out there. You know, I came out nest, I was like 19. I should have just went on in the military if I was using my brain correctly. Just ran on down. I didn't even think about after that recruiter dissed me. He ain't dissed me, but made me mad. I could have just went still. I could have went the next week. But then even when I came out, I graduated, right? This is cut right here. I graduated, right? So they gave me my principal. He was like a Joe Clark. You ever see the movie The Principal? But see, this I'm from the 20th century. I wasn't born in the 21st century. I'm in the 20. That's what I'm telling you, 21st century babies. And he brought the principal. He brought the Marine recruiter, and he said, "I'll take you upstairs because I went to trade. I graduated out of trade at 18. So I was on time, but still, all y'all graduate on time. Get your diploma. Come on out to the world." And I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't have no experience in the world. I seen all the flashy money and all that, so I was attracted to the street. But I was happy I graduated because a lot of people I know was dropping out. But anyway, that's for another story. If you want more info on that, just leave it in the comments. But anyway, after that, I went to anyway, let's continue.
Tax bracket. Social Security is 6.2%, Medicare is 1.45. Once again, you're not paying those taxes on your BAH or BAS. Over 6 years, you would save $15,000, $5,000 for.
Yeah, see, he's saying versus the real world because you'll be paying that taxes like you working at McDonald's or something. Like I say, this is I say for 25 and under because he said by 26. That's what I said. If you 17 and you get in there and you did 6 years, shoot, you only 23. Like when you 17, 23 is a long way away. I remember that's what I was gonna say when I went up there. That's like it's gonna be 2 years. You can sign up for the apprentice program. It's gonna take 2 years for you to get in. But when I came out of high school, 2 years was a long time. I'll come back in a week and I'll fill it out. Next thing you know, I'm 25. What a dumbass.
For sales tax, let's assume 5%. You spend $200 a month at either the commissary, base exchange, or gas station. 720 over 6 years. Not paying state income tax on your base salary. Once again, another $6,600. Over a 6-year period, this is going to save you about $28,000. The seventh best benefit is military discounts for life. Here is an article, 166 best military discounts in 2020. I made a video talking about a really nice website called ID.me. This allows veterans to verify their veteran status with this company, ID.me. You can then use them to log on to other websites like Apple or Microsoft and prove you're a veteran in order to be qualified for veteran discounts. And once you're a military veteran, you are a veteran for life, entitled to all of these military discounts. Every time I go to Sports Clips, I get a discount. When I go to Culver's, I get 10% off. I get discounts at the movie theater. My father is a veteran. He did 4.
See, that's the part I keep saying. You don't have to stay in there for no 20 years. Go and do that 4 piece, 17, 18, or in whatever year. Go on in there, do that 4 years. You get all the benefits still for the rest of your life. Just for signing up and doing it. You have to be a fool not to do it. If you from the USA, you a fool if you don't do it. Because when you under anybody, any person born and raised in the United States, and this will go through the world. When you under 21 and you've been living with your parents your whole life, or somebody else been paying all the bills, you don't know nothing about life. Not living on your own and paying the bills and all that. You know about whatever you think, the playtime and all that. Your parents love you, or even if they don't. So I don't mind being a false song, whatever. Just enjoy it. And that, see what he say, because I already know you don't got to do all that. I could have did 4 years and still got all some benefits. Because when you fill out a job application, always remember at the end what they ask: are you a veteran? Yeah, I'm a street vet. That don't
4
work.
years back in the 1970s. He's been shopping at Home Depot for decades, getting 10%
I don't care about no goddamn discount at no Home Depot and all that. Most everybody get that. But the other stuff, yeah. The experience, yeah. If you stay in there, what they gonna pay you, yeah.
off all of his lumber and home repair purchases. So when you think about how good is this benefit, let's say that you can get about $500 worth of value or savings from age 26 to when you die, age 85. Over your lifetime, I would value this at around $30,000. The sixth best financial benefit I would have to argue is tuition assistance and all
And that's why I say when they say people be like, hey, they need something, they gonna give you some tuition. I don't know how much it is. A lot of jobs I had, I used the tuition. That's what helped me get my little associate degree. They paid for it. I didn't pay for it. I got it free. And then people would always give me a hard time. Why you gonna use that? Whatever. I didn't have to pay. Oh, I had to pay first and then they reimbursed me, but I didn't. So that means I didn't pay because they paid. Well, you had to pay first. Well, I got confidence in myself that I'm gonna pass the class. And then they got every trade inside the military. So you don't have to worry about that. But let's let him explain.
professional development and training you receive while in the military. I know most service members are not going to value all of the training and professional development they're being forced to do while in the service, but I guarantee you that does have a value for you. But let's just talk about tuition assistance. This is great because you can save your GI Bill benefit for when you get out. When you get out, it's more valuable. So if you can use tuition assistance while in service, for example, in the Air Force, you can get $250 per credit,
Like I said, the Air Force, that's the one where I want y'all to go.
up to 124 credit hours for an undergrad degree, and then $250 per credit, up to 42 credits for a graduate degree. And let's say you're really on the ball. You immediately start using TA once you're in. You balance work and school life well. You can get both a bachelor's and a master's in 6 years. It is possible. There are service members who do this. The
Yeah, because they're gonna give you the schedule and everything, and you don't have to go fast. Like you go in there like 17 and 18, you can go slow. Because they already you going to school so you can make money unless you just got a dire passion for some career. Most people get careers to get paid, but some people have some things that they love doing. And you can stay in there 10 years and come out with a degree if you don't want to do the whole four. Because 4 years is the you don't even have to do I think four every time you sign up. But 4 years is a college degree, but they paying for some of it. They're not paying all of it. So you good, and you still gonna get the military benefits for the time, even if you don't go to school. I hope he get into the trades. I never saw this video, so let it
value
continue.
of this is close to $37,000 in tuition savings.
Mr. Wonderful here. My friend Howard Marks is the co-founder of Activision, the gaming giant that was just acquired for an impressive $68.7 billion. Now Howard and I have teamed up on his latest company.
But this is number 5. He's saying the health and the
health
dental.
insurance
But
and
you know you're
dental
gonna have that
coverage.
for life.
People love to complain about TRICARE in the military. However, it's free. I've been in the service
Now, I know at the VA they say don't have the best care, but it's free care. You always gonna get it. You always gonna get that for life. Because right now, they got people say Obamacare and all that, but to pay insurance really for one of them plans, I'm a single guy. It cost me $400 a month. So that's free. That's $400. You don't gotta pay. And now 50 plus opinions, I can't even join. That's why I'm telling you, young people, go ahead and do that.
service 5 years. I've never paid a bill. I've never paid for dental. I've never paid anything for my healthcare costs. That is phenomenal. When you think about the national average for healthcare premiums for the average
What I just said, I pay $400 a month. I just said it, and it hurt because I ain't getting no free house and discount. I ain't got none of that. I ain't getting none. I lost all that because I was down. I ain't gonna say I was dumb. I was ignorant. As my grandmother would teach when I was young. You ignorant. You young people was ignorant. You just joined it, do 4 years and came on back. I'd have still been getting some. Use of the benefits.
average person, 448 a month, or for a family, 1041, we are saving that by serving in the military. Now, for most people in the military, they're younger and healthier, so their health insurance premiums would be lower. The average single male is around 200 a month. So let's just go ahead and call this 250 a month. Counting prescriptions, you're not paying for those. If you have a child while you're in the service, that's a great savings as well. So
Yeah, you ain't paying for nothing. I guess that's how my brother make, cause he got 10 kids. He married. Cause I was like, how you make with all them kids? We paying for the taxpayers. That's how you making it. So they got plenty of benefits. I know they got a big benefit, but because he tried to convince me to go when he went, but I wouldn't be able to get in anyway. It was too late for me. I had messed up early.
So on the low end, over 6 years in health insurance costs, you would save $18,000. On the high end, 72. We'll just average those two and say over 6 years, you're saving about $45,000 in getting free health care while in the military. The fourth best benefit, I would argue, is the GI Bill. There are two versions of this, the Montgomery and the post 9/11. The benefit for the Montgomery is fixed. It's about $77,000. I would argue the better version is the post 9/11 if you use it while you're out of service. The reason why is because you get to collect the housing allowance for up to 36 months. So let's pretend I got out of the service, I went back to my home state of Wisconsin, and I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Tuition for 4 years would be $12,000 a year. That's 100% covered by the GI Bill. The book allowance is $1,000 per year, and the E5 dependent rate for the housing allowance is $1,500 a month. When you add up all of that cost savings and benefits,
I've been to school. I don't know what books he getting for $1,000 for a year. Just don't know which books is he get, but it's still a free G. Cause I know about school, the books, and it be the same book from the year before. They just put a new cover on it to charge you more. And then so I guess he would cut some out of it. See, always no math in life because everything is math. Everything is math. Even when you do the history and people say, "Oh, this, that, this," yeah, you got to make it intersect. Make the intersect. They say, "Oh, this happened this year." Okay, but you got to know what all was going on in that time. It's the intersects of everything. That's why math is important. Sometimes people tell different things, but they don't never hit the intersect. They just say, "Oh, this part, that part," but you don't never hit the intersect, so you don't know if those 2 points is even in the same time period. But you can't teach in a
it
mule.
comes out to be about $110,000. And where the post 9/11 GI Bill gets crazy good is if you go to an Ivy League school or an elite university. When you look at the tuition costs for Stanford, it's $52,000 a year just for tuition. The VA has a program called the Yellow Ribbon Program. So if you want to go to Harvard, Yale, Columbia, any of the Ivy League schools, the VA will partner with the school and work with you to make sure that it's 100% tuition free. And then often
But if you 17 and 18, I'm dedicating my video to the young people who don't know what you want to do. Hey, just go there. You know, if you get later on in life and you want to go to hell or Harvard, then they'll figure it out. You'll figure it out then if you want to go to Yale or Harvard then. But in the beginning, if you don't know nothing, just go there. By the time, like he talking about, years later, then you might know. You know, you might have a, like I said, by the time you're 25, you have a better grip. Because like I said, if you go in at 18, you won't come on out 22, 23. You know. But if you're smart, just stay on in there. Because if you do the whole 20, you're gonna get a check in the mail. You ain't gonna have to be on the ground battling every day. You're gonna get a check in the mail, and you can go get another government job. Because you're gonna have veteran preference.
these Ivy League schools are in very expensive neighborhoods. So if you're going to Stanford, you're in Silicon Valley, Palo Alto. So the E5 dependent rate for that area is 4,368 per month for housing. So when you factor that out over 4 years, tuition savings plus the housing allowance, it comes out to be $370,000. And everyone who joins the service, everybody who enlists for 4 years, is getting the GI Bill. If you want to go.
That's what I told you. 4 years, that's all you gotta do. Go there for 4 years, come back home. Everybody else, they're gonna be doing the same thing they was doing when you left. I guarantee you. But if you listen to this video and you do what I say, and you come back and they doing the same, I give you. If you go for a couple weeks and every time you come back, they doing the same. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You got to move around to see some stuff in life. You got to move around.
Go to an elite university, you will save $370,000. However, I feel like most veterans who get out of the service after a single enlistment are more likely to go to a state university or a community college. So let's go ahead and average out this benefit and say it's closer to $110,000. The number 3 benefit to the military is your security clearance and your resume status as a veteran. I know it feels gradual.
Like I already said, the end of every application said, "Are you a vet?"
While you're in the service.
And when I was working in the railroad, they love military vets. They hire a military vet in a second. One reason I got in there because I had a CDL. And I'll tell you about that too. Get your CDL if you're 17, 18, get you a CDL. You don't got to drive the truck. It's the credential. You need credentials in life, especially when you're young and you don't have no life experience. You need everything you can. Everything you can. Hey, and try to take advice from all the people who have careers or jobs and houses. I ain't talking about the ones on the street. I'm talking about the ones who have legitimate things going on, doing it, who making money. Not, oh, I'm 40 years old. I'm finally starting to work legit. Forget them. Forget them, the ones who've been doing it. They got some pointers and they know where some jobs at.
Service, how much you're changing. But I guarantee you, when you leave the service, you will be more disciplined, more focused, more mature than when you joined. And
See, that's what I was saying. When you go in there, you young, you 17 or you 18 or whatever, you ain't never been. I don't care if you 25, but you ain't never really been out on your own. You know, you've been living at home. They've been dealing with bills. Now you got to go out there in the world. They're gonna give you some training, some discipline. I'd be a whole total different person if I'd have did that.
And this is what employers are looking for. Lots of companies want to hire veterans for their skills, for their demeanor, for their professionalism. And especially if you have a security clearance, especially a top secret security clearance, because the security clearance process is so time consuming and expensive.
Hey, those are important. Like I was saying a minute ago, you need credentials out here. You're gonna need some credentials. And every credential you get, you can get a TWIC card, you can get a CDL, you can get a water license. I mean, and these don't cost nothing. They don't cost nothing. You don't have to be. This is why you clean. You can get guns, all that. But some of y'all so ignorant, y'all be doing dumb stuff, and then you want to be like, "Hey, it's because somebody." No, it's because you just didn't know. But this right here, to me, at 50, this would be an easier way. Now it's gonna be somebody else who say that ain't the easy way, or that ain't whatever. You show me their credentials. Show me their credentials. But let me continue.
Expensive for private companies. If you're a veteran and you have this, you can just go to a website like clearancejobs.com and they will give you, well, they will want to hire you. Now, just because you apply for a job, that doesn't guarantee you'll get it. But if you
And see, bro, he just said right there. That's for every young person, every kid, everybody, right? Just because you apply for a job don't mean you gonna get it. I don't care if you have every credential. You know why? Because it's 100 other people applying too. So every job you get, you have to appreciate that. If somebody's wiggle you through the door, appreciate that because it's 10 more people behind you standing in line, so you beat the odds. Especially if it's a good job. And you had to learn that. And there's certain things that make a job a good job. Like with the military, that's what it is, a job. But they giving you all the benefits and the pay going in. And you don't need any experience or nothing. All you have to do, probably have a diploma and have a little brains. And the rest they'll teach you. Because they got a training camp. And that the same thing if you get caught doing something wrong out in the street, you don't need no credentials. They're gonna send you there and they're gonna teach you too. But there you don't got no choice. You're not free. No. So wake yourself up. This is dedicated to the 25 and under, specifically those coming out of high school, 17 to 18, getting their diploma. If you ain't got your diploma, go back in there and get your diploma if you're under 25. Because you're gonna need that. It's not gonna make you no more money, but still it shows an accomplishment in life. Learn something.
put veteran on your resume, you will get a phone call. They will want to speak to you in person. Once again, not going to guarantee you any jobs, but it will open doors and career opportunities that would not have been available to you had you never joined the service. And that first job you get once you leave the service has an incremental effect. One job you get leads to a better job you get down the road, which leads to a better job. I'm going to be conservative when estimating this, but let's say that once you get out of the service, you can find a job that pays $5,000 a year more than any job you would have gotten had you never joined the service. You work then from age 26 to age 60. Over your lifetime, this is going to earn you about $170,000 more dollars.
Now, see, most of the military dudes, I was me. You know what they do? They was retired. They probably went in there at 17, 18, did that 20 years, came out at 38. They getting the check in the mail, all the benefits.
We have open gym
Probably
7 days a
about
week. We have a Friday
2,000,
night
maybe
teen night with a
3,000,
DJ. We have a
depending on their
movement
rank or
cafe,
whatever.
a
They left
parent
maybe
lounge.
two, three
Parents can
thousand.
come here
They
for a
come on
birthday
out,
party
right?
because we make it
They got
so
cars, they
simple.
got
They
houses,
literally
they
have to
got
show
all
up with a
that.
cake and that's
They
it.
retired.
We
They
then
don't even got to
enjoy
work no more. You know what they
dodgeball. We have
do?
a massive main
They
arena,
go get another
foam pit,
government job that only
basketball, and
do
our
20
ever
more
popular
years, so
X
they
Beam.
40,
X
and
Beam
then
is
they
like a
do 20 more
gladiator
years
pit
at
where you
60.
can
They getting
joust
two
against
checks
another
now
person
in the
and try
mail
to knock
coming
each other off into a big
because
pool of
the
foam. Our
government
favorite part of the
prefer. I
business
mean,
is
companies
seeing the
prefer those
customers
people.
in here with big smiles on
They
their
do.
faces,
They gonna
jumping around the
prefer them
trampolines. They're
immediately.
having
They gonna
so much
prefer them.
fun,
They gonna
and they
say,
don't
"Hey,
And the
we're gonna
number two
take him."
financial benefit
Because they're gonna have experience. They're gonna have whatever experience they might be been an engineer in the military for 20 years or a doctor, whatever profession you want out here in the free world, they got and they you gonna get the free training in that. You know? Not if you want to just be a rapper, they don't got no training for no rapper. You ain't gonna find no rapper in this. This is not for rappers. This is for people who want to have some money in their pocket and grow up and be men. Not that flash cash. It's gonna be plenty of women there now. So you can stop that. But use your brain. Sometimes you gotta think for yourself as a young man.
Benefit to joining the military is the government TSP plus their 5% matching in the new blended retirement system. I'm kind of a broken record on my channel talking about the government's thrift savings plan. I've got a playlist of about 20 videos talking about it. But this is the government's 401k. This is the government's retirement program. And this honestly is your best chance of becoming a millionaire. If you want to retire a millionaire, then take this serious. Put money in your TSP now, because compound interest and time on your side is your greatest asset.
Now I give them that. But on top of that, if this 2000, this is the 21st century. If you're learning all the stuff you can learn out here, by the time you get to a certain level, like he said, 6 years, you should have your house, car, government paying for it. I'm saying, military paying for most of all that. You could stay there to 40, and then you could be putting money up in that plan and a couple other plans or what other investments you got. But if you are really strategic all the time, you'll come up way quicker. If you get in there at 17 or 18, by the time you're 30, you should at least be at half a million. I'm saying a half a million, but I'm talking about you got to know what you need to live off of. You want to eat every day, and then if you got a family, you got to make sure they eat, and then you don't need no fancy car. A lot of stuff you don't need. You always got to focus on necessity. You got to know the stuff you need. You know what I'm saying? Like a car, you need that to get back and forth. Phone, you need that to communicate. Plus, everybody have them now. But some stuff you don't need. You don't need the freshest gear. You don't need all that.
Asset to becoming a millionaire in retirement. What do the numbers look like on just that 5% matching you will get when you join the military? So let's say that over your 6-year enlistment, you put in the minimum 5%.
But see, he had 60 already. 60 too far down the line. 60. I mean, when you 18, 60 a long way. And I'm 50, 60 a long way. 40, 60 is long. 30, but every day you inching up. You inching up. Just like you inch up to 17, 18. But if you make the right moves as you inch up, you'll be comfortable. You won't be working hard. You'll have the things like some people gonna be out here striving to get. You won't be striving hard for it. You won't be striving hard for it. You'll have the money coming in. This is just the money that you want to put up for the future. But if you go in there 17, 18, you shouldn't be paying off no. In 2 years, you should pay off a nice car. But you don't have to get no. You just get a nice whatever car, because they already gonna give you all the loans and all that. You can get that. And then they got the housing loan if you want to get a house. But if you get a house that young, turn it into a rental, Airbnb is different things you could do with it. And then you have another income. But at the same time, you at the school, don't use your free time drinking and doing the extracurriculars. Spend time with your lady. If you got a nice lady, spend time with her. Make sure she got the same brain set as you. But you're the one that's supposed to be doing that. Like I said, leave a comment. Somebody leave a comment. Tell me what you think.
Percent in order to get the government 5% matching amount. I did the calculations. After 6 years, you would have put in about $9,000. So you put in $9,000 and the government matched $9,000. Now, the $9,000 you put in, if you put it 100% in the C fund, which is the S&P 500 index fund, from age 26 to 60 over 34 years, at age 60, you would have $216,000 in this account. And that's just the government matching 5%. The 5% you put in also earned you $216,000. So by age 60, you would have $430,000 in this account. So what am I going to value the 5% matching from your government TSP? It's about $216,000 over your lifetime. And the number one financial benefit to joining the military is the military pension. You can go.
Let's see. That's what I told you. After 20 years, you get that 17, 18, 20 years. But if you managing your money right, you might hire you 4, 5 rental houses. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 rental houses. All that extra money that out here in the civilian world, you could be investing that. You won't never even deal with us. Not like that.
Go on the DoD's website to plug in your own numbers in order to get the calculations and the cool looking graph. What you're looking at here is somebody who was born in January of 2000. They enlisted in January of 2020. They served for 20 years. They then lived to be 85. The value of their military pension is $3.6 million. There's nothing like this in the civilian sector. If you joined at age 20, you retired at age 40, you're now going to receive a paycheck from the government for the rest of your life. In the new blended retirement system, it's 40% of your base pay averaged over your last 3 years, I believe. So the maroon you're looking at is your base pay salary. The magenta is then the military pension that you will then collect. So when you think about this, for every one paycheck you collect, if you do 20 years, you're going to collect 2 paychecks for the rest of your life. And of course, in this video, I said you were only doing a 6-year enlistment and then getting out, meaning you didn't do 20, you didn't retire, you didn't qualify for the pension. You have to do 20 years to qualify for the pension. However, by doing those 6 years of a 20-year requirement, you fulfilled 30% of it. So 30% of $3.6 million is a little over $1 million. That is future benefits that you earned over those 6 years. You're never going to be able to collect them because you didn't do 20. But when you're doing your time in service as an enlisted person for 4 or 6 years, you have to remember that. If you do make it to 20, what were you earning that first year you were in the service? What money were you earning that 4th, 5th, and 6th that's going to go towards your pension should you make it to 20 years? I value this for a 6-year enlistment close to $1 million. And there you have it, guys. That is the 10 best financial benefits of joining the military. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below if you agree or disagree. Also, give this video a thumbs up so the algorithm knows it's good. In addition, consider subscribing to my channel. I talk a lot about finance and investing topics. I'll include a playlist down below of all of my military finance and investing videos. And until the next video, take care.
I think that veterans are trained